Hi, this is Marcus Salette, and I'm with SaletteUSAtv, and you see we're out here today with MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and we're getting ready for the annual kickoff 5K walk here at the campus of State Farm. And as you can see, as we pan around, we find that there are all these various volunteers who are here to ensure that the message is clear. Do not drink and drive.
And we should think about that this morning as we walk, because we're mad, we want to get mad, and we want to walk like mad this morning. So joining us here in Atlanta, it's so nice. I mean, you guys know, we all live here, right? It's been 90 degrees for 3 solid months. So a morning like this is really welcome. But I also want to welcome Jan Withers. She is the national president of MADD. She's been with the organization since July, and she flew to our fair city this morning to be with us. So let's give it up for Jan Withers, all the way from Maryland. Jan?
I've been president for about 2 months. So 19 years ago, I never thought it would happen to me. I always thought that something like this happened to someone else. And when my husband came and told me that our daughter had been in an accident, that's what he called it then, I never ever thought that my daughter Alyssa would die. So on the way to the hospital, all I could think about is how we're going to take care of her, what her injuries would be like, and when she will come home. So when we got to the hospital, I never thought it would happen to us. And as we waited for hours and hours while she was in surgery, again, I thought it only happened to someone else. Then when we were able to go in and see her, I never thought that she would die. But she did. And that accident was no accident at all. But it was a choice, a very tragic choice that someone had made to drink and drive. So today, I know that I'm standing here among my family, and I love each and every one of you. And I don't even need to go into the details of the crash, because we have all experienced something similar, haven't we? Yes. And for those of us here, what I see is hope. I don't see sadness. I see hope, because we've come together to make a difference. And we are making a difference. And not only are we bringing this cause, our mission, before the public, but we are also celebrating life together.
Hi, this is Marcus Salette with SaletteUSAtv, and I am so proud to be here in the John Creek area for the MADD annual event. And I have with me the national president, Jan Withers. Jan, will you say hello to everybody for me?
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. This is a wonderful event today.
Yes, and let them know, for those that may have lost someone due to a drunk driving accident, that this event is annual. Talk a little bit about that.
This is our signature event. We call it Walk Like MADD. And we come out every year for 2 reasons. We come out to make sure that the community is aware that MADD is here to save lives and support people who have been victimized by drunk driving. And the other reason we come out is to raise money, because we are a nonprofit, and in order to be able to go out and do the good mission that we do to save lives, we also walk to raise money.
All right, and we want to talk a little bit about the process and maybe a little bit of the history of MADD. Could you talk a little bit about the history of MADD and then the process, what a family may or may not go through due to a drunk driving accident?
Absolutely. Mothers Against Drunk Driving was started in 1980 by a mother whose little girl was killed by a drunk driver. And she was enraged, and it was so accepted during that time. And so she went to Washington, and she started talking to all of the congresspeople and saying, we need to get tougher on these laws. So that was 30 years ago. And since that time, we have literally cut those drunk driving deaths, those fatalities, in half. And we are still working to make it a 0 number. That's what we're working to do. So Mothers Against Drunk Driving really does 3 things. besides going out to stop drunk driving, we also support the people who have been victimized by drunk driving. And this last year, for example, we have supported over 60,000 people who were victimized. That's a lot of people. We have trained advocates around the country. And the last thing that we do as part of our mission is to prevent underage drinking, because it's really a concern, it's a danger, and we want parents to be able to talk to their kids and be involved in their lives to make sure that they know the dangers, and there are agreements in the family, and that there are consequences.
And how to handle a party.
How to handle a party.
Now listen, I have always thought, because my parents never drank, how does one know that they cannot drive? Can you help me with that question?
You know, I love that question, because actually, I don't think people really do know that they cannot drive. And so what we say all the time is make a decision before you go out. If alcohol is going to be involved, then make the decision how you're going to get home safely with a sober driver. Don't wait until you're out and you try to decide whether you're okay or not. That's not...
So that's part of the problem. What we're doing is we're enjoying our social lives, and we have no plan, just like Homeland Security said, have a safety plan in case of a terrorist attack, or just like the Boy Scouts will say, you know, have a plan just in case you get lost in the woods. What you seem to be saying is that when you have a social life, you still need to have a plan if alcohol is involved.
It's so appropriate, and you need to make sure that you stick to that plan once you're out, because for sure you will not know whether you're impaired or not.
And then too, we can, you know, we have intuition. We can tell after, you know, I don't want to say how much, but we can start to feel something churning in our bodies. But at the same time, I think that what you said is most preventative. If you have a plan, a proactive plan, then you're more likely not to drink and drive. Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly what we're saying, and we say that all the time. Make a plan before you ever go out.
And stick to it.
Stick to it. Stick to it.
Now, for those that may want to contribute, what would you say to those that are small business owners that are looking to place some monies in some reasonable causes? What would you say to them?
We welcome your involvement and your donation. Please call MADD Atlanta, MADD Georgia, and they'll be happy to invite you to become involved. We also, you know what else? We also want to thank State Farm for helping us with this event, because of their support, their partnership, we are able to do these walks in 40 cities around the country. We really appreciate that.
Now wait, you said how many cities around the country?
40 cities around the country.
So this proves that one person can make a difference?
It sure does. One person can make a difference, and all of these hundreds of thousands of people are actively doing this to stop drunk driving.
And you know, it's to be commended the people that come, because they are moving on with their lives, but they're moving on remembering the memories of their lost loved one. Could you say one final word to those who find it hard to move on after losing a loved one, particularly to a drunk driving accident, to any accident in general?
I'm so glad you asked me that question too, because for a while, you know, you're just paralyzed with the grief. And finally I realized as I started moving forward that I took my daughter with me. My daughter was killed by a drunk driver, and she was 15. And so I decided I'm taking her with me. And so we go together. Today she's with me, and that's how we move forward. She's with me right now in my heart.
Well, I am so proud to be here. And this is SaletteUSAtv covering the MADD event for Mike Roberts, the Atlanta chapter. And we have been talking to Ms. Jane Withers, the national president of MADD. Thank you so much. My friend, a longtime associate in community partnership and development. And Mike, this is a fabulous event. Introduce yourself and your organization to all those that are watching.
Well, first let me say it is indeed a fabulous event. I'm Mike Roberts, and I'm the Development Officer for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Georgia. And I cannot help but express how grateful and thankful I am just to see so many people out here supporting our mission to stop drunk driving. And without a doubt, As we saw here today, a young lady who lost her father. This issue of drunk driving is no respecter of persons. It has nothing to do with whether you're white, you're black, or whether you're 2 years old or you're 100 years old. You may not be the one driving, but maybe somebody else, a teenager in a car who is influenced by their friends to drink and drive, or someone you love. It just is no respect of persons. That's why it is so critical for people to come out and support, stand up against kids and adults who drink and drive.
All right, talk about MADD's calendar. What's going on with MADD's calendar where the public could be involved in that and help build greater support for this organization?
Well, I want to say, first of all, that every year we do this walk event, and it's done around this time of the year. So certainly we're going to ask people to get involved in this area of MADD. In addition, coming up later on, we have, and I mean later within the next 5 months, we have a teen symposium. And we are asking as many young people as possible to get involved, be part of a teen symposium, learn something about impaired driving. Maybe it may save your life and save the life of your friend. We also have another event, law enforcement banquet, an award ceremony. MADD is a strong advocate and supporter of law enforcement. We couldn't do what we do without their strong support. So we show our appreciation through our law enforcement banquet. Not to be outdone, we also have, in the month of April, we have a vigil. It's a candlelight vigil. That's where victims, people who have lost loved ones, will come and just to be supportive of each other and to remember their loved ones by lighting a candle, and that's a candlelight vigil.
And what I like about some of the things I've heard around the State Farm campus, by the way, we're here at the State Farm campus for those of you that may not know, but what I like about MADD and what you're doing is that it gives people the strength and the power to move beyond the accident or the decision, better yet, that was made by the driver that was drunk. Would you say?
Yeah, without a doubt. I know that we say that people are not victims, but I want to say that a lot of those people are overcomers. They see themselves as this being, they have been victimized, but they don't stay victimized. They get up, they support, they come out, and they lend their volunteerism. They've done a lot for MADD, and that's their way of giving back. And they speak at Victim Impact Panel, letting people know about what they have experienced. So yes, indeed.
All right, well, we look forward to talking to somebody from that victims panel. But this is Mike Roberts. My name is Marcus Salette with the SaletteUSAtv network, and we're here on the State Farm campus. Are we here every year at this campus, or you move around?
We move around. This is the first time. Hopefully we get a chance to do it here again, but we do move around.
Oh, this is a very nice campus, though, by the way. A very nice campus. So you guys want to support, the number there is on your screen. The website will be there on your screen. We look forward to hearing from you for next year's walk. There's no excuse. If you've lost someone in your family, or if you've lost someone due to a drunk driving accident, we need your support right here in the Georgia chapter of MADD. Is that right?
That's correct.